Okay, so I said at the end of the last video that I wanted to show you one where it was less than. So this little video is just going to be an extension to show you a less than example here. So in this one, we have a IQ normally distributed with a mean of 100, standard deviation of 15. We're selecting 1,300 people, and we're going to do IQ less than 73. So this means we want our lower to essentially be as small as possible, anything less than 73. So we're going to type this in as negative 99999, so a bunch of nines, and just make them negative, as opposed to if it was greater than, we wanted 999s positive. So then our upper bound is going to be highest number we want, which is 73. So our lower is negative 99999, and our upper would be 73. We're going to type it in just the same. So if you want to use the stats calculator here, you could, or if you want to use your TI-84. For a stats calculator, we got, remember you go to distribution, normal CDF. Our lower is going to be negative 9999999. And then our upper is 73, because we want everything less than 73. Our mean is 100, and our standard deviation is 15. We get 0.0359. So remember, we're just going to multiply this by the population, which it told us was 1,300. So we're just going to take this times 1,300, round to the nearest person. Let's type this in. So you will need a different calculator to do that. So if you can do this all on your TI-84, if you've got one of those, even better. So we get 46.7 approximately. So we round that up to 47. So we would expect 47 people out of a selection of 1,300 people to have an IQ less than 73. All right, and then actually I wanted to show you one other one real quick. And that was one of these race questions. If I can find one. Oh, shoot, that was it, and I skipped it. Okay, perfect. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, so this one says Xavier runs the 400-meter dash. Now, the 400-meter dash is just a type of race. It's not important in this problem, so don't use that 400 for anything. His finishing times are normally distributed with a mean of 61 seconds, standard deviation of 0.5 seconds. If Xavier were to run 34 practice trials, so that's what we're going to multiply by, of the 400-meter dash, again, don't need the 400, how much would be slower than 62 seconds? So slower than 62. Now, this is tricky. Any of these race problems are tricky, because if it says slower than 63 seconds, what this actually means is slower than 62 seconds. It means more than 62 seconds. It's very easy to get tricked on this because you think slower than 62 would be less than 62, right? But slower actually means it takes more time. So if you see a slower than 62 seconds, it actually is asking how many would be more than 62 seconds. It's kind of reverse thinking here. If you run track, you might get a little bit better grasp of that. But if you're slower than 62, that means you're in like a 63 or 64 or 65, whatever. So it's a more than 62. So when we type this one in, we're going to want a mean of 61, sigma of 0.5. We're talking more than 62, so our lower is going to be 62, and our upper is going to be a 99999. That will be how we'll type it in. Do this one on the calculator real quick. Get our lower 62, upper a bunch of nines, 61.5, paste it in, 0.20227. Again, you can just hit then times our number of trials, which is 34. And we get 0.77. We're supposed to round to the nearest whole number. So that will actually just round to 1. So would not expect to run many races slower than that. Here's your picture here. Slower than 62 is going to be the right tail of that. And again, not even a single race because that is a lot slower than he's used to running. All right, hopefully that clears up any questions you have, and reach out to me if you have more.